Hello, everyone. This is Steve O'Reilly and Gail Saunders with SkinnypostTV at skinnypost.com. Today's daily question is, does Maurice Jones-Drew and Darrelle Revis both deserve new contracts? Gail, what do you think?
Well, Darrelle Revis, he's on an island all on his own. When you thought there was a 1 and 2, as in Revis and Nnamdi Asomugha, you'd have to look at Revis. He is that guy that can do man, zone, or anything he wants to do. Lock down someone, he could do that too. In a situation where we're in the NFL where players never get leverage, Revis is a guy that always has leverage, so it seems, who could demand a new contract because he is that guy that's going to be the #1 cornerback. So I'd have to say Revis does deserve to be paid like accordingly, until proven otherwise, until he slips off. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. So Revis does deserve a contract. Now MJD, it's tough. It's a tough situation. He got, but back in 2009, Jags made him one of the top 3 highest paid running backs, and he got about 17 mil. But when you're looking at the new guys that are coming in with these contracts, McCoy, Arian Foster, all guaranteed 20 mil. And who led the league in rushing last year? MJD. But he's got 2 years left on the contract. I think it would set a bad precedent. The other thing I would like to say is MJD, with all the yards and the production that he's had, the records for the Jags have not improved. So, if they're going to pay him all that money, will it make a difference? It might not. It might. I don't know. So, like you said in a couple other videos, it is all about the passing in this league. So, I do believe he should get a contract because, he's put up the numbers. But from a business standpoint, I would not give him a new contract.
Yeah, and I agree wholeheartedly with both. Obviously Revis is the heart and soul of that Jets defense. You take Revis out of the Jets defense, it totally changes what they like to do on defense, which is attack. And when you have a guy that can press on the outside, take away that #1 receiver, and kind of make the whole defense shift to the other side and just focus on that side of the field, because Revis has this side, it allows you to do so many more things. The only problem I have with Revis is it seems that he always wants a new contract. I mean, this is like a rerun. We just did this. So how often are you going to continue to do this? Until you give him an 8-year deal or a 7-year deal? I mean, what is it going to take to make him happy? Because every year he's going to have the ability to say, I'm the best in the league, and I want to be paid better than the next guy that's coming up, because somebody's always going to outdo your contract.
Well, now, think about it. When was the last time he wanted money? That was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, and then he got a deal, and now he wants a new deal.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that a long time ago, about saying he would double dip and come back. But,
And does he deserve it? I think they both deserve it. But from a business perspective, and what you alluded to, is it sets a bad precedent. Most NFL teams, unless they feel a guy is absolutely vital to the future of their organization, do not want to give someone a contract extension with 2 years remaining on their deal. Because then you're going to basically have an open door policy for every other guy who feels that they deserve a new deal with 2 years left on their deal. Going into your final year, okay, I can see you sitting down and working out an extension and making it work for both sides. But when you're only 2 years into a deal, or you only have 2 years left to a deal, it's kind of hard to say, yeah, we're going to just throw that out and start all over. Because what happens if the next guy comes along and their new wide receiver, let's say he balls out next 2 years. Now I got 2 years remaining on my deal. I want a new deal. I've been playing great. And then they got a defensive stud that comes. You know what I mean? Just the ball won't stop rolling because guys are always going to want more money, and rightfully so. They should want as much money as they can get while they're in the NFL. But I think teams have to be cautious as to just handing out, endless contracts whenever a player wants it. Now, Maurice Jones-Drew is the heart and soul of the Jags. But like he said, what has the heart and soul of the Jags really gotten him? Top 5 pick every year in the draft. But that's not his fault. I mean, they haven't had stability at the quarterback position. Their defense has been terrible. They haven't really had great wide receivers. Their offense is anemic. So when you're facing 8 and 9 in the box all day, I mean, that says something to the ability of Jones-Drew. Every defensive coordinator, when they face the Jaguars, is saying, we got to take him out of the game plan. But yet he's still the leading rusher in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, imagine if he was on a team that had other weapons around him that defenses couldn't just focus on him. It's a tough situation. I think in the end, if I was the Jets, I would sign Revis to a long-term deal, make him the highest paid defensive player in the NFL, and just hope that he's not going to come back in a couple years and want more. And for Maurice Jones-Drew, I think I'd play a little bit more hardball and say, look, you're really one hit away, and you touch the ball a lot for us, but I don't know if it's smart business sense. To be honest, I personally might look to trade him, and I would look to get, future draft picks or, other weapons that can come in and help your ball club, because they have a lot of holes on that team. I mean, and running back doesn't fill them.
That's a lot of money to pour into a guy that, he did get injured last season. So.
But he is the heart and soul of the team, and I understand that. And he's a great guy. He comes out and works hard. He's got a great attitude. Everything about him is positive. But again, it's a passing league. If you're going to put all your eggs, under that cap and a lot of your money toward a running back, if you don't have the passing components, I think it's a waste of money, in my opinion, because you need a guy that can get out there and sling it. You got to put up 35, 40 points in this league in order to win, and win big. Unless you've got a top 5 defense that keeps you in ball games. But other than that, you need somebody that can throw the rock. So yeah. I don't think I would pay him quite yet.
All the best of luck to you, the muscle that could, MJD.
That's right. Mighty Mouse.
Man.
He can do it all. He really is great, but I think the Jags got to hold tight on that one. Anyway, I'm Steve O'Reilly. That's Gail Saunders. This is Skinny Post TV. And as always, we're giving you the skinny 24/7.